Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm Kurt Walbeck. You know, how many of us have seen a police officer on the side of the road and thought to ourselves, oh, he's just trying to write me a ticket, or she just wants to catch me doing something wrong. But imagine the risk that these officers take every day when they put on their uniform. For Minnesota's Josh Langr, he had no idea what the events were going to be when he responded to an accident late one evening. He had no idea that what was about to happen would change his life forever.
Left or right, 1 inch to the left, 1 inch high. Good.
Hey everyone, my name's Joshua Langr from Waseca, Minnesota. Lived there with my wife of 10 years, Kelly, my 2 boys, Everett and Elliot. Got invited up here from a college friend of mine, Josh Hawkins, and Denny from Whitetail Foods. Denny asked Josh if he knew any wounded vet friends or wounded cops that wanted to come up on a benefit hunt, and he said, yeah, I got a good friend from college. Give him a call. It was a blessing. I had just canceled the normal hunts that we do with my brother and my dad and my sergeant from work. We hunt every year in Minnesota, and Dad passed earlier this year, and I didn't think we were going to get to hunt this year. And the week we canceled the land lease, Josh gives me a call, invites me up here. Says, hey, short notice, but you want to go to Canada? And I said, heck yeah. And here we are.
Just using my new bibs, so I'm excited, jittery to see how warm they're gonna be or how cold they're gonna be, but we got the heater in the in the blind just in case. So, but feeling good. So feels good to be out here.
Morning. How are you?
Good to go.
Good to go?
Oh yeah.
We're out here on day 1 in the blind. Nothing came by yet, but hopeful, feeling good today. Didn't think I'd get to be out here, so that's awesome. This is the first time in about 15 years I haven't hunted deer with Dad. Probably more like 20. Really blessed to be out here. Looking for a good memory. Something for the wall.
Didn't shoot day 1, wanted to see what was out here, and had a bunch of them come in. There's not a good comparison to what I saw down in Minnesota hunting with Pops and my brother versus the deer up here. They're on a whole nother level. Down there you see a big 6 or or an 8-pointer, and it's one of the biggest bucks that you'll see for years. And up here, it was the small ones, look like the ones from back home. It's a whole nother level. It's awesome up here.
Hello, my name is Lance Miller. I own and operate Woody River Trophy Hunts in northern Saskatchewan. We generally start our whitetail hunts the beginning of September and we run till the end of December. Our preserve is consisted of thick timbered river bottoms. It gives whitetails a really good place to grow and mature and produce their trophy racks. We offer rifle and bow hunts. For the rifle hunts, we typically hunt out of heated box blinds. They've got leather office chairs in there to keep them comfortable, as well as heaters so you can stay warm. For the bow hunters, we use ladder stands. They're very comfortable. They've been placed out prior to the hunters coming in, and the deer are used to them. And so it gives you a great opportunity to harvest a great buck.
My name is Josh Hawkins. I'm retired U.S. Army. I was in the 101st Airborne Division. This is my second year here at Woody River Trophy Hunts, and I can't tell you how much it means to me back out here again. You know, it's actually even better this year for me because this time around I got to bring a good buddy of mine from college. Me and Josh Langr, we met back in the early 2000s at Minnesota State University in Mankato, Minnesota. And we were both in the law enforcement program over there. And we got to be good friends. We got in quite a bit of trouble back then. We kept getting separated by one of our professors because we were just kind of cutting it up. But he's a good guy, and we kind of maintained contact. Not as much as I'd like over the last couple of years while I was away for the service, but when I got back to Minnesota, we started reconnecting again.
You know, here in Canada, it isn't Canada if it isn't snowing, and that snow, it is just blowing right now. I'm kind of worried it might make the deer, they'll stay a little home tonight, but not too much because I got a couple hungry doe coming out in front of me. They're kind of milling around just a little bit. Got 2 of them, 3 of them right now. We're just going to kind of watch her a little bit and see what she does. You know, where there's doe, there's definitely going to be buck. Snow's starting to come down pretty good, hoping it's going to give us some good action. And we'll go from there. Josh is out in the stand too now, so we'll see. Hoping one of us can get something awesome, and we'll see what happens. The snow's picking up a little bit right now, and you know, he's got some good size on him. He's got a nice real spread, so I think we might go ahead and take him right now. It's a good thing I didn't take that exterior shot because I didn't need it. I got him right there, looked right behind the shoulder. Now he just dropped hard. Oh man. I can't say it enough. If you ever get the opportunity, you've got to come up here to Woody River. Anything that's moving around out there, I tell you, I think I'd be happy to take almost anything walked out here, but I think I got a great one out there today. Let's go take a look at it.
Not only did I get one of my first days here, but just a little while ago I bagged me an absolute monster. Thankfully the weather's let off a little bit, but you know what I'm really hoping for is that my buddy Josh can also get one out here himself. It hasn't happened quite yet. I told him when you come out here you got to be patient because you're seeing so many just absolutely incredible creatures walking around out here. You could shoot the first one that comes along and probably be pretty happy about it, but you know, a little bit of patience out here will do you some good because you'll see some absolutely beautiful animals.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Rapala and Mountain Dew.
Well, we're back out after lunch. Everything we saw this morning was too early. It was before legal hunting, or legal shooting hours. So we're back at it. Wind picked up a little bit. I hope it doesn't stop the movement of the deer, but still hopeful. Still looking out for the big one. We'll see what happens.
October 23rd, I checked on at 9:30 p.m. for my shift, and 9:34, call came in, one vehicle rollover south of town, about 3 miles, and we booked it down there, beat feet, and we found a truck rolled over with a young teen for a driver and his young teen for a girlfriend, and she had gotten tossed out. So we were doing everything we could to save her right away. Got the backboard out, rescue, everything, ambulance on scene, and got her in the back of the rig, and it didn't look good. So we kept everything coming, we kept the helicopter coming, we kept everything coming. In the course of investigating the accident, I called State Patrol for an accident reconstruction, because we don't do it ourselves. Their specialty is accident reconstruction. So I figured even though it was late at night, they could at least mark out the distances for the investigation in the morning. And the trooper, I was on the phone with him at 10:03 p.m. and he asked, "What's the license plate on the truck?" And I said, "Oh, I haven't gotten it yet. Let me get it for you." And I remember looking at the truck, took a step or two forward onto the shoulder. Those 2 steps got me too close to the 14 kilovolt line from the power pole that the truck had rolled through during the crash. I got knocked off my feet. Everybody on scene heard the noise. Fire Chief John Underwood said, "Oh my gosh, who died?" And I found my line on the ground and started trying to save me now instead as well. They stripped off all my gear, vest off, gun belt off, everything. I was conscious and responding to them, but I don't remember any of it. And I kept asking, what happened? And they were holding me down, doing the treatment, trying to see where all the burns were. And I had a seizure while I was laying there on the ground. And that was enough for them. They dosed me with ketamine and I was asleep. I missed my first helicopter ride. They flew me up to HCMC. My brother is a St. Paul cop. He met the copter when it landed. And they wheeled me into CAT scanner, checking for damage, see what they were dealing with. And it was 3.5 hours before I came to. I spent 20 days in the hospital, 3 surgeries, just to close everything up and put my own skin back on the holes from the burns. And it took another 279 days to recover before I could go back to full duty. Lots of time spent with bandage changes, and didn't get a single infection because of my wife. She was my care provider at home. They trained her up good, so I didn't have to have a home health nurse. I didn't have to come in for bandage changes or anything like that. Wife took care of me. Lots of thankfulness for Kelly. For about 4 of the months, surgeries were shut down because of COVID. So I spent 4 months with my skull showing under a sponge and a vacuum pack seal. It's a new technology that helps your skin regrow, but it was effective for about 3 months. And then after no change, after about a month, they said we're gonna have to do a free flap surgery. So I took a piece of my forearm and used it to plug the hole on my head. And it was another month or so recovery from that. August 17th of 2020, I got cleared for full duty. And I've been working since. Early in the afternoon, day 3, saw a 6-pointer that was sort of being our nemesis from day 2. He kept coming around and around and around. We saw him working the ridge up top, rubbing his antlers on a tree. I'm guessing he was making a scrape up there, because it probably was about the 3rd time that we saw him in the same spot rubbing. He came down in the clearing, and we were just waiting, being as still as we could, because we knew that he was part of a larger group of bucks, so we were trying to just play it cool, stay quiet. And sure enough, from the right side, the rest of the deer followed him in, and the one that I had had an eye on day 1 was the second to last, making up the trail. They were both easily able to be put on your living room wall. The back one walked past, and I said, I got a shot out the side window. I felt the pulse quicken a little bit. You can't look at these bucks and not feel it deep in your chest. So. That's awesome. That's awesome. We're early afternoon on day 3. Group from the first day walked through and picked out one of my favorites from that first group, and they made me wait 2 days for it, but here we are. It's just an awesome, awesome animal. Big thanks to Josh and Denny for inviting me with, Bernatello Foods and Brewpub Pizza for having me up here, and big thanks to Lance and his crew at Woody River. Let us all experience these awesome animals. Feels real good. Big thanks to my wife and Ma for watching the boys. Kelly back home with the boys, they can be a handful, so thanks to them for letting me up here, and thanks to God and thanks to Dad for sending this guy to me. Hope you like it, Pops.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Matthews Archery and Vortex Optics. Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Suffix and VMC Hooks.
Hey Josh, congratulations on a great buck there in Canada. What a great trip. A big thank you to our folks at Brewpub Pizza for once again choosing to honor some of our law enforcement veterans and armed forces veterans for their service. We hope that you'll join us again here next week when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the U.S., around Canada, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Mission Crossbows and HHA Sports.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5. Are we rolling at the end of 10?
Killer!
Well, I did fail math, Calc 2 in college.
Got all the cards going my way.
Stop touching me.
Next Tom Cruise. Why don't you sit here and pretend you're me?
I like what I do too much.
I don't know.
Change my name to Jake. I can be one take Jake.
My name is Lance Miller.